Right here is a review on the Eufy E20. This is a vacuum that transforms, which is pretty cool. It's actually a 2-in-1 vacuum, and I mean, you can already see the robot vacuum shape, which is pretty cool. And you also have a place where you go ahead and empty out the trash, and it will go ahead and do it automatically. And there's a few things I want to go ahead and review on this vacuum. Of course, you have your accessories, and you're thinking, well, where's this part? You already probably seen it on pictures. Well, as you can see, if you get closer, if you go ahead and press this button right here, this thing comes up, and this basically is your vacuum. And you actually hold it like this. I thought it was the other way, but you actually hold it like this. That is where all the trash is going to go ahead and be sucked in. And this is your power button if you want to go ahead and connect it to those accessories. So this thing is pretty cool, 30,000 PA, which has a lot of power. I did not realize how much power that was. You have your buttons right here. When you first get it set up, you want to go ahead and make sure you charge it to its full. You'll connect it to the app. You'll go ahead and connect to Wi-Fi and all that cool stuff. And
Powered
then
on.
There it is. The first run will be to scan the room, which is what we recommend. Now, this is also the cool part. You know, they thought about everything. This right here is another accessory that you can go ahead and connect to the handheld vacuum, and it just lives right here, so that way you never lose it. So that's the cool part. And then right here on the top, you hit your bag, and that's a 3-liter bag where the trash is gonna go ahead and stay. It also will do a deep cleaning of dust and everything, what's inside in here. And this should last you about 75 days, which is really, really cool. Now let me go ahead and connect this over here to over here, which this is actually adjustable. If I bring it over here, it's adjustable right there. So you have different levels that you can go ahead and adjust it. That's why it's a little bit smaller than usual, but it can be extended. So let me go ahead and connect it. Now we are fully connected. Like I said, this thing is very, very powerful. You're probably gonna hear it right now. You're gonna go ahead and press this button right here, hold it, and that thing starts going. That green indicator lets you know that it's on, and you have 3 levels. If you press it, that's the second one. And that is very, very strong suction power. You can go ahead and go around and, you know, vacuum. Go ahead and press it again to go to the first level, and then just hold it down. So that way it can go ahead and power off. And I'm telling you, this thing is very, very powerful. First time I've done this, but I'm gonna try to pick up this box with this vacuum, because that's what I see other people do. So yeah. Of course, the last thing is your robot vacuum, which you can go ahead and press play, and it should start cleaning.
If you need to collect dust, please press and hold the home button for a few seconds.
All right, that's to clean it.
Start cleaning.
There it is. So I will go ahead and start. I think I already scanned the room, so it already knows where to go. And also you get this like padded base on the bottom, where this is gonna go ahead and stay stationary so it doesn't move. And it just kind of gives you an idea of the area the vacuum is gonna go ahead and take, which is pretty nice. Of course, that's where the trash is gonna be taken in. And one of the things that I realized is that the position that it charges and the position that it sucks in all the dust are 2 different ways. So if you're gonna go ahead and take out all the dust automatically, it will go ahead and turn around and take out the dust, turn around and charge again, which is kind of different from what I've seen in other vacuums, but they figure it out, right? So this is the reason why I would recommend